So welcome student. Today we are going to study how to evaluate the equity share. So let's begin with the problem. So first problem is Vigilant company stock is currently selling at rupees 25 per share, the correct price. The stock is expected to pay rupees 1 as a dividend per share at the end of the next year. It is reliably estimated that the stock will be available for rupees 29 at the end of the 1 year. And here the first question is asking if the forecast about the dividend and price are accurate, both are same, is it advisable to buy the at the present price? And his required rate of return is 20%. So let's solve question A. So solution, okay, A. So to calculate the price, so we use the formula P naught is equal to D, that is dividend divided by 1 plus R plus P, that is the ending price, 1 plus R. So in this problem, the D is 1, that is dividend, and 1 plus 0.2 plus the P is the end of the year, the price of the share is 29, and that is 1 plus 0.2. So it will be 1 divided by 1.2 plus 29 divided by 1.2. So after solving this, and we get 0.833 plus here we get 24.60. So is equal to rupees 25.0. This P naught. Now whether to buy it or not, if we compare both the estimated price and the actual price, both are 25. So if you see in the problem, the current price is 25, actual price, and the estimated price is also 25. So here we can suggest the investor that investor could buy it. Okay, now let's solve the question B. So B says if the investor requires 15% return when the dividend remains same constant, what should be the price at the end of the first year? So we have calculated estimated price, and here is asking what will be the price after end of the year. So let's solve this. So solution B. So we'll use the same formula divided by 1 plus R plus P1 divided by 1 plus R. So we know P naught. So P naught estimated price is 25 that we have calculated in A, 25, and D is rupees 1 that remain constant. Okay, and here it will become 1 plus 0.15 plus P that we have to calculate, and here it will be 1 plus 0.15. So is equal to 25, 1 divided by 1.15 plus P divided by 1 plus 1, 5. Okay, so 1 divided by, if we do that, 1 divided by yeah, 1 divided by 1.15, that will be 0.866. So we will consider it as 25 is equal to 0.87 plus 1.15. So again we will take 0.87 to that side, that will be 25 minus 0.87, okay, is equal to P1 divided by 1.15. So it will be P1 is equal to, okay, so 25 minus 0.87, we get 24.13, and 1.15 will be multiplied, so 1.15. So is equal to 27 point, sorry, yeah, 27.75. So price at the end of the year is 27.75. The value of the stock at the end of the period should be 27.75. The required rate of return is 15%. So we have solved both the problem. So I hope you have understood it. So let's solve another type of problem. Make sure you note down the problem, then solve it step by step so you can understand it. So Ashoka wants to buy a watchful company stock and hold on it for 5 years. He estimates that rupees 3.44 dividend would be paid by the company continuously for the next 5 years. So here it is for 5 years continuously, and would like to hold it for 5 years also. And he hopes to sell the shares at rupees 60 at the end of the fifth year. So he is thinking that it will be sold for 60 rupees. What is the present price? And his required rate of return is 10%. Now let's calculate the what is the present value. So solution is equal to, so the formula we are going to use is P is equal to D1 1 plus R raised to 1 plus D2 1 plus R raised to 2 plus D3 1 plus R raised to 3 plus D4 1 plus R raised to 4 plus D5 1 plus R raised to 5. And last is, that is Pn, price after n years, and 1 plus R raised to 5. Okay, so now let's put the values there in the form. So we know dividend will be the same, that is 3.44. Okay, for 5 years it will be the same. So here 1 plus that is R is 10%, so it will become 1.11 plus 3.44 1.1 is 2 bracket 2 square, then 3.44 1.1 cube plus 3.44 1.1 bracket then 4 3.44 and 1.15. Okay, and last plus 60, the end price divided by 1 plus 1.1 is to 5. So let's simplify this. So here we get, after simplification, we get 3.13 plus, so here we get 2.84 plus 2.58 plus 2.35 plus 2.14 plus 37.25. So after adding this, so we get the value. So that is rupees 50.29. So the value, the present value is 50.29. So let's solve another type of problem. So Fashion Limited operates a large ready-made garment system in the textile industry. Assume that its common stock can be purchased in the beginning of 1997 at rupees 40. The dividend per share would be rupees 2. So dividend here is 2 and for the next 3 years. Okay. It is estimated that the end of 2000, the stock will be sold for rupees 50. What is the rate of return fashion stock? So here we know that price is 40. The beginning price is 40. We know that. And here dividend we know. The question is asking, the question here is, what is the rate of return of fashion stock? Okay, so let's solve this solution. So this problem we had to solve in trial and error method. So first let's put this in formula. P naught is equal to D1 1 plus R 1 plus D2 1 plus R to 2 plus D3 1 plus R3 plus D, that's not D, that is P, T. So 1 plus R is to 3. So if we put it in a formula, so 40 we know that is the beginning price, and 2 we know, and we have to calculate the R. 1 plus R plus 2, 1 plus R is to 2 plus 2 divided by 1 plus R is to 3 plus 55 by 1 plus R is to 3. So as in trial and method, so 40 answer should come when the dividend is 2. Okay, so let's go with the trial and error method. So first what we will do, so we will take 14% at initial, okay, and we will check it how we can calculate this. So we will try with 14% first. So let's see what answer will come. So 2 divided by 1.14 plus trying, okay, so make sure trying with 14%, okay. So 2 divided by 1.14 square plus 2 divided by 1.14 cube plus 55 divided by 1 plus 4, 1 plus, sorry, 1.143. So let's solve this. So 2 divided by 1.14 plus 2 divided by, so 1.14 square, 1.14 into 1.14. So it will be 1.2996 plus 2 divided by 1.4815 plus 55 divided by 1.4815. So if we simplify this, 2 divided by 1.14, so we get 1.754 plus next 2 divided by 1.2996, so we get 1.538, okay, we get 538 plus 2 divided by 1.4815, so it will be 1.349 plus 55 divided by 1.4815, so it will be 37.124. Okay, so let's add this. So 1.754 plus 1.538 plus 1.349 plus 1.349 plus 37.124. So here we get 41. Okay, 41.76, which is more than 40. So let's increase the percentage. Okay, now we will try with 15%. Okay, we'll keep 15%. So it is equal to 2 divided by 1.15 plus 2 divided by 1.15 square plus 2 divided by 1.15 3 plus 55 divided by 1.15 to 3. So here we get 2 divided by 1.15 plus 2 divided by 1.15 into 1.15. So we get 1.3225 plus 2 divided by, so we get 1.5208 plus 55 divided by 1.5208. So is equal to, after simplification, that is 2 divided by 1.15. So we get 1.739 plus 2 divided by 1.3225. So we get 1.512 plus 2 divided by 1.5208. So we get 1.315 plus 55 divided by 1.5208. So we get 36.165. So let's total it. So 1.739 plus 1.512 plus 1.315 plus 36.165. So is equal to, we get 40.731. So it is very near. Okay, so it is in between 14 and 15. So we say that the 15% is the return. Rate of return is equal to 15%. So let's say another type of problem. So here an investor owns the share of rice company whose current cash dividend rupees 3. The constant growth rate in dividend is 16% here and the required rate of return is 20%. So what is the value of the rice company's share? So here the constant growth rate is given, that the dividend, that is 16%. So let's solve this problem. Solution. So what we are going to do, we have to use cash dividends expected 1 year in. So we have to use cash dividend expected 1 year hence. So let's solve. We are going to use this formula for this type of problem. P naught is equal to D1 divided by K minus G. Okay. So after this, so we will simplify this. That is D naught. Okay. That is dividend. That is 3. And 1 plus G. That is the growth. Okay, the growth expected, and K minus G. So if we put in this formula, so here the 3 is the dividend given, and 1 plus the growth that should be added, that is the growth is 16% per year. So it will be 1 plus 0.16. Okay, so divided by K minus G. So the K here is 20%, the required rate of return, that is 0.20 minus 0.16 is the growth required. So if we simplify this, so P naught, so we get the value, so 3 into 1.16 and here 0.20 minus 0.16. So we get 0.20 minus 0.0. So 0.04. So continue here. So is equal to, so 3 into 1.16 is equal to 3.48 divided by 0.04. So is equal to, so 3.48 divided by 0.04. So growth, so 87. So value P naught is 87 rupees 87. So let's type in this problem. We saw that current cash dividend is given, and let's solve another type of problem. So antique arts company would pay rupees 2.50 as dividend per share for next year and expect it to grow indefinitely at 12%. So what would be the equity value if the investor requires 20% return? So in last problem we have seen the dividend which was given. So that was for the current year, and here it would be paid. So next year the dividend is they are giving it. So here there is no need to add the growth percentage. So P naught is equal to D1 divided by K minus G. So we have D1, we have K, and we have G. So D1 is 2.50, and this is next year dividend that is mentioned in the problem. Okay, and K is 20% and G is 12%. Okay, so is equal to, so if you put in formula, so 2.5 is the D. So here we are not adding the growth rate because the dividend is about to pay for the next year. So in last problem it was for the current year, that's why we added the growth rate. So 2.5 divided by K, so we know that is 0.20, so minus 0.12. So is equal to 2.5 divided by 0.08. So is equal to, so here we get 2.5 divided by 0.08. So that is 31.25. So difference between both the problem was the first problem which we solved last time. In the last problem we saw the dividend was for the current year and growth rate expected was more. So we added it to the dividend. So this problem they are would be given, means would pay, and that is for next year. So here we are not adding the 1 plus G, that is growth rate. So don't confuse with the problem. Read it carefully, the sentence. In last problem it was, if you can see, rice company whose current cash dividend is rupees 3. And here they are mentioning the would pay rupees 2.50. It means it's a next year dividend. Let's say another problem. So Anil has bought the Everest company stock that has paid rupees 3 as a dividend per share during the last financial year. Okay, last financial year. He anticipates two situations, either a 5% decline in the dividend or 5% growth in the dividend in the next year. His anticipated return is 20%. Fix the price for both the situation. So there is a two situation. It might fall down for 5% or it might grow for 5%. So let's solve this. Solution. Okay, let's first solve for 5% growth. Okay, we know the formula, that is D divided by K minus G. So here it is like 3 into bracket because of growth of 5% and the dividend was last year mentioned in the problem. So 1.05. Okay, and divided by 20, that is 0.20, 20% minus 0.05. So is equal to, if we calculate, so 3 into 1.05, that is 3.15, and divided by 0.20 minus 0.05, so it is 0.15, so is equal to 3.15 divided by 0.15, so is equal to 21. So that is 21. So let proceed to the second type, that is saying that what will happen if 5% is the decline. So 5% decline. So we again use the same formula, is equal to 3 into 1 minus 0.5. So why 0.05 here? Okay, so the 0.05 reason minus is the decline. So that's why there was a growth we calculated and there is a decline. So it divided by 0.20 minus and minus 0.05. So is equal to, so 3 into 1 minus 0.5. So 1 minus 0.05 will be 0.95. So divided by 0.20 minus 0.05. Okay, so here if you see both the minus signs, so here that is 0.20 minus 0.05, so it will be 0.25. So is equal to, so 3 into 0.95, that is 2.85 divided by 0.25, so it will be 11.4. So if there is a growth of 5%, then the value is 21, rupees 21, and if there is a decline of 5%, the value will be 11.4%. I hope you have understood the problem.